Marshall rips it off, and he could go. One man to beat. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Virginia Tech coming off a loss to Georgia Tech, but the Hokies still control their own destiny in the ACC Coastal Division. We're joined now by Virginia Tech first-year head coach Justin Fuente. And Coach, as I mentioned, despite the loss over the weekend, your team still has the inside track to the ACC championship game. What has been your message to your team to prepare them for a hungry Notre Dame team this week?
Well, I always believe in kind of being upfront and honest with them. And the bottom line is we didn't play well enough last week to win a championship, to claim to be the Coastal Division champions. But because of how we've played throughout the season, that opportunity hasn't gone away. We still have that opportunity because of some of the things we did earlier in the year. And we've got to turn our focus inward. We just need to worry about getting better. We've got kind of a quirk here in the schedule with Notre Dame and then our final conference game. But we've got to turn our focus inwards and try and get this football team better.
Of course. The three ranked teams in the ACC were upset over the weekend. What does that say about the competition in your conference?
Well, I've said this all along, and I was mostly talking just about the Coastal because I'm not as up to speed with the other division. But I don't think there's a big difference really between anybody, particularly in our side of the league. On any given day, I think anyone can beat anyone. And then we saw some things happen, obviously, with Clemson and some other people on the other side. It's a pretty even race. It's a pretty even conference. There's probably a couple teams that are maybe a little bit more talented than everybody else. But by and large, there's some really good teams, good coaches, and good players, and anything can happen.
Let's look at the big picture here now, Coach. You do have a good chance to represent the Coastal Division. We've mentioned that in the ACC championship game. When it comes to the playoff, though, do you feel like being the conference champ should carry the most weight when determining those final four teams?
Well, I think it certainly should be a big factor. I know there's obviously some other things that you can't make those decisions in a vacuum, right? There's always different criteria or circumstances that come into play. But I certainly think winning your league, should be weighed heavily. I'm not sure how excited people get about a team that doesn't even win their own league winning the national championship. But that being said, also understand that there are a lot of different circumstances. There's a lot of football left to be played, and obviously a lot of things can happen.
Year one of the Fuente era now in full swing. I know you're probably your toughest critic. So how would you grade your first season at Vatech so far?
Oh, some good, some bad. I like the way everybody's come together. I really like our football team. We've got a great group of kids. Our seniors have been fantastic. Our staff has really gelled well together. So from that aspect, I love the progress that we're making. I love where this program's going. We've got great leadership above me in terms of our president and athletic director. And we've got an awfully bright future. And I think we've seen glimpses of that future this year.
Coach Fuente, thanks so much for the time.
You bet. Thank you.